starting to get hungry, and since this isn't his real suit, it doesn't have the sugar refills. The flea immediately notices this advantage and begins breaking walls again, this time also throwing Pele out of the room. This puts him close to a vending machine, and Pele manages to put his hands on some soda that he drinks to recharge his powers. Noticing this, the flea decides to fly away with Wilhelm to hide in the woods. Pele runs outside and Ida tries to offer her help, but Pele promises he's got this. After using his super teeth to destroy a lock, Pele steals a bicycle and makes his way to the forest as well. When he arrives at the forest, Pele finds Wilhelm's glasses on the ground and uses the smell to find him tied to a tree. After freeing him, he begins hearing the flea's voice telling him his real weakness isn't the lack of sugar, but his loved ones. Then the flea jumps from a tree and appears between the boys, kicking Pele away and scaring Wilhelm to run in the opposite direction. Once he's far enough, Wilhelm calls Pele to confirm he's okay, and Pele tells him he has a plan. When the flea goes after him, he finds the helmet and the cap on the ground, and Pele shows up at a safe distance. Pele keeps him distracted by insulting him and daring him to recharge so they can fight one-on-one in a duel. The flea takes the bait and opens his tanks to drink some blood. Since Pele is keeping him distracted, Wilhelm approaches the flea from behind and messes with the tanks to make them lose blood. After Pele recharges as well, hero and villain run towards each other to end it all with one punch, and Pele easily lands his first, sending the flea flying against a tree. Because his tanks are empty, the flea's weak and his arthritis is affecting him again. Pele points out he lost because he doesn't have friends to help him during the hard times, but the flea refuses to give up and tries again, only to be thrown away by Pele's super strength. After the flea passes out, Pele gives Wilhelm his glass back and they reconcile. Later in the evening, the flea is arrested by the police, and Somerstead appears on TV denying any responsibility. Amanda is putting some lipstick on, expecting a visit from Aunt Boy, but when he finally shows up and she tries to thank him with a kiss, Pele turns her down and asks for Ida so he can return the necklace. Hurt, Amanda runs out of the room, and Ida comes in, confessing she knows Aunt Boy's real identity but also promising she won't